Hello Drawing Club, how are you all? I hope you're super duper good. Next week will be our last Drawing Club, and haven't we done a lot? It's been amazing. So I'm to say a big thank you for joining me for all of these Drawing Clubs, and let's have a bit of a celebration next week. So you tell me what you want to draw for Drawing Club. You can send in challenges or ideas, anything that you want to see for our last Drawing Club. I'm afraid I won't be starting Drawing Club back up again in August because I'm not going to be working at St Mary's next year. So, thank you for all of the wonderful drawings you've done. I had a request this week for drawing a doctor. So somebody who is wanting to really say thank you to all of the wonderful people in the NHS, and they wanted to draw a doctor. So, let's do that. And we've been kind of moving away from my classic way of drawing with starting in the middle and stuff, and it's quite nice to feel, as we're coming towards the end of Drawing Club, that we're coming back to that classic thing of start in the middle. Now I'm going to draw my doctor in a long white coat, so it's going to be wide in the middle. It's not going to be like the shape of hips, it's going to be a bit wider. Nice wide coat. And I would probably think about putting the shoulders, I'm going to want to be around here somewhere, and the feet probably more down at the bottom, but I won't worry about them just yet. But from the shoulders in the middle, I'm going to draw the shape of the coat. This is quite technical, it's quite challenging. And then I think I need to do the arms and the hands next. I'm looking at this as I go along and thinking, what next? What's the next thing that makes sense? I'm going to put those hands in pockets. Because doctors always, like when they're moving around the hospital, they look all casual, don't they? Casual doctor, hands in pockets. So that means drawing the pockets on. And then the hands would be stuck in down the way like that. And the arm is going to have to come out. And it's going to be in that sleeve, so it's going to be quite wide. You might want to rub out some of these lines. I don't have a rubber. Exactly the same on the other side. Nice symmetrical doctor. We're starting to see it. Then I think I'm going to put the legs on my doctor. Remember we started in the middle, so the waist would be there, but they tend to wear like a long scrubby top, so I'm going to make that line slightly lower down, like a dropped waistline, as we'd call it in fashion. And some trousers coming out at the bottom, and they wear these big bulky kind of like scrub trousers that come in at the ankle to like scrunched up. They have like things that go over their shoes that I think are really funny. So I'm gonna, and they look a bit like things that you wear at the swimming pool. So I'm gonna put some of those on. Funny shoe covers. My friends who are doctors, they hate these so much. I really wanted to include this in our picture of a doctor. Now I've drawn her so she's slightly leaning over. She's looking a little bit, I want this sort of cool and casual vibe, like she's a hero in a crisis and she can deal with it. Starting to take shape, I am going to do her hair. Now, as we know, if you're working in a hospital, it's really important to keep your hair back off your face. So whatever you're doing for hair, it needs to be back. That was very bossy for me. Normally I tell you can do what you want. I'm not going to come round in your house and check that you've got your doctor's hair up, but I would. So when I do that, it means thinking more early on about the shape of the face. So maybe thinking about where that chin is. And then the bits of hair that you would see coming over the face, you can see that mine, when I pull it back, it still doesn't sit like right on top of my skull. It's still this line here. You can see the hair from the front. And I'm going to do this doctor with some curly hair, so you'll be able to see that line from the front. And I'm just making it that bit more exciting to look at by including all of these big curly lines in it. And I'm just doing lots of wiggles and then thinking about how it will be fastened up. And I'm going to do mine in a great big bun, like this. And I'm just going to fill that in with some curly, coily shapes. Fabulous. Let's think about connecting that head to the body. And I'll do that by thinking about the shape of the collar on her doctor's coat. Come up and sort of round like that. They've got this notch in them, these doctor's coats. Like that, and then the neck will just connect the head. And we'd see the top as well of her scrubs, that sort of uniform that they wear. I'm pretty happy with the overall shape of my doctor. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and add some detail. So, face. You know how this goes? Start with the eyebrows, then the eyes, I'm working quite carefully here because I really want to show those doctors working for the NHS just now, and all the people working for the NHS, just how much we value them and respect them. And I feel like making a careful drawing of them that shows their human side is super important as a way of doing that. And I'm going to make her smiling, because I think that's how she would be, and put some ears in. Working down the coat, it's going to have some buttons and buttonholes. They never seem to do them up. And maybe even another pocket that's full of pens. It's a very classic doctor thing to have pens in your pocket. I don't know if it actually is or if it's just on the telly. Here, I mentioned we've got these, they're called scrubs that she's got on. And her shoe covers, I might add some more scratchy bits to that. Smooth out any lines I'm not happy with. I'm going to put some sort of folds in the fabric, like this. That shows where the bends in the body are, where there's movement on the human, where the fabric might be pulling. I think I'm fairly happy with that. Let's add a bit of colour. Now her coat's white, so I'm mostly going to leave that alone. They tend to wear sort of turquoisey scrubs, but I don't have a turquoise, so I'm going to do it in this blue. There we go, this is my doctor to say thank you to all of the wonderful people working in the NHS. If you want to draw somebody different who works in the NHS, or even somebody who doesn't work for the NHS, somebody like a postman, or somebody who collects the bins or works in a shop, all of these people who are doing such a fantastic job keeping Scotland going just now, huge thank you to them, and huge thank you to you for joining me today. I'd love to see your pictures. See you soon guys, bye bye.